Well, hi guys, welcome to day 6 and the final day in our week of season 2 of Staying Salty.
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
Now I'm just going to be honest with you guys. This video is going to fail your expectations in a lot of ways. For one, I live in a college house, which I love. But today is a football game day and going to the University of Michigan. That means hundreds of thousands of people pour into my city, get drunk and yell really loud. So, I hope you can hear me. I also happen to live right next door to the kitchen and they're all making breakfast. So, secondly, I'm not going to be your most interesting travel story person. And that is because, and we'll get into this later, I've never actually liked to travel, really. Which is weird to say out loud and people get mad at you, but it's true.
Hi. Gatsby.
Look, my friend is here.
Hey. What are you doing? Are you doing your
I'm
thing?
filming right now.
Hi.
This
Wow.
is,
All of your crazy millions of followers.
no.
Well,
Andre or John?
I can do either. It's fine.
This is John J.
Hi.
Okay, that's all I just wanted to say.
Yeah. You're the
Hi.
best. Love you.
Oh, you do. That's what happens. There's friends just around me all the time. It's great. So, I have traveled a little bit in my life, and I will tell you some stories here real quick. The one at the front of my mind is when I went to Australia. I went to Sydney for my Make-A-Wish trip. My whole family went to spend Christmas there my senior year of high school. And obviously, even people who aren't excited about traveling are like gonna get excited about that kind of a trip. So we knew because of my aunt, she got us these for Christmas, that you need like outlet adapters, because their outlets have differently sized and arranged holes for some reason. We got that so that we could use all of our electronics, and you know, obviously I brought the vest over. This is before I really started liking using the Aerobika. Excuse me. So I brought my vest over and my nebulizers, and after like a couple days, my vest just like it didn't work anymore. And what ended up happening was the adapter that we had was not powerful enough for how much power the vest needed, because it needs like a lot of volts. And yeah, it just like broke, and I couldn't use my vest for a long time on the trip, like over a week. And that's really not good, and I didn't bring any other means of airway clearance or physical therapy, so that was bad. The other travel story I have is from when my college percussion group, who I love, that's who I live with, that the guy that I just brought in was the president last year. That is my life. It's called Groove. You can follow them on YouTube right here. We all went for spring break this last year to the Rocky Mountains. It was probably one of my favorite memories like in my whole life. It was incredible. It was so fun. We bonded so much. But something that I did on that trip that I've never done on any other trip that I've taken is I kept my nebulizers and my vest in the living room of the cottage cabin thing that we were staying in. And that way, you know, when you're in a super fun cabin with 13 of your closest friends, like, you want to get out of bed in the morning because you want to see what people are doing and like, okay, what card games are we gonna play, like what does the day hold. So being able to wake up, go out into the house where everyone else was, and you know, sit down in a chair and do my best and breathing treatments and be taking care of myself but still involved with what was going on. Like, people would make their breakfast and then come eat it next to me because they knew that I had to be there, and it was just such a better idea than putting your vest and your nebulizer in your bedroom and either doing it alone or just not doing it because you want to be with everyone else. Like, it's such a better idea, and obviously you have to be comfortable with the people that you are on a trip with to be able to do that. But for me, I was beyond comfortable with everybody there, and it just made me feel way more included, and I took care of myself so much more. Now, just a few quick thoughts on like if you don't like to travel, which I don't. I feel like society tells us, I feel like our society pressures us to view travel as one of the only ways to become a more empathetic person, to become a more knowledgeable person, to become a kinder person, you know, more cultured, more worldly, all of that jazz. And I think that's really true. I don't know if there is a better means of doing those things than traveling, but I don't think it's the only one. And my reason for not really enjoying traveling a lot is tied back to my anxiety. I have always been a homebound person since I was a little girl. I have always been way more comfortable at home. When people would invite me to sleepovers, like my heart would start to race, and I would take the phone away from my mouth and say, "Mom, will you say no so that I don't have to go?" Like, I've always been more comfortable. I felt more me, more safe. I enjoy my life more generally when I'm at home. And I think that's okay. If I found that I was more comfortable at home, but I really wanted to travel, and I wanted to be comfortable traveling, and I wanted to see the world, I think that's when it becomes a problem, because what you want and what you're capable of are two different things. But right now, what I'm capable of is being, you know, I go to college, so I spend a lot of my time walking, you know, studying different places, meeting people for coffee, going to football games, like all that jazz. But for the most part, I am in my house and in my room because that is where I feel comfortable. So that is my ability, and right now my ability matches what I want because I love this house, I love my housemates, I love my room, and this is also what I want. So I really don't think there's anything to fix there, you know? Even if people try to tell you that, you know, you're weird for not liking to travel or you need to fix it, like, I don't think that's necessarily the case. Alright, that is all I have for you guys on this very lovely Saturday. Thank you so much for coming back to the first week of the second season of Staying Salty. We will not have a video tomorrow because sadly we did lose Sabrina and we are looking for a 7th member. So tomorrow will be our rest day, and then we will come back with new videos on Monday with Miranda. Okay, bye guys.